So if you just watched Mr. Llama's live stream with the developers, you would know about the 2 new rune words that they're bringing to Diablo 2 Resurrected's ladder. They officially announced a couple of them, and we're going to take a look at what they are right now. So we'll take a look at the first 2 here that they're announcing, and there's a reason they announced these first, probably. They're actually a couple of rune words that were in the previous game files, but they were never activated for whatever reason back in the day. The first one here I'm going to take a look at here is Pattern, and that is a rune word for a 3-socketed claw here. We didn't quite get that part, but this is a rune word that exists in the game files but does not work, kind of like I just said there. But Blizzard announced 10 new rune words in their 1.11 patch, but 3 of them were disabled, including Plague and Pattern. Rumors had it that these rune words were enabled in 1.12 for single player, but continued to be disabled on Battle.net. However, this is not the case, and in fact never worked. So that's kind of the initial intro to what Pattern was, and that's probably the reason why they announced them first. Let's take a look at the actual weapon now. You can see right here, this is the rune word, a 3-socketed claw called Pattern, Tal, Ort, and Tyr. Level requirement, level 1. These are subject to change, by the way. They said they might be and probably will be adjusting some of the stuff on here, but this is a general overview of what it will look like. We got 10% bonus to attack rating, 40 to 80 on the enhanced damage. That's 17 to 62 added fire damage, 15 all res, 6 strength, and dex. It's got 30% chance to block, mana after kill, and 1 to 50 added lightning damage for a Tal, Ort, and Tyr. Now, I don't know when you'll be able to find a 3-socketed claw, but being able to get 15 all res on a claw, it's got the enhanced damage. This is definitely made for a melee type build for the assassin, and it's definitely kind of a lower level weapon, but with 80% enhanced damage. You could use it even up into the mid game. Level requirement 1. I feel like that's going to change because you could make it anytime in any claw and use it on any assassin. Obviously the base will have strength requirements or dex requirements or whatever, but that's interesting. A little something to help out those melee assassins, since they did say that they were going to boost a bunch of the martial arts skills in Diablo 2 Resurrected for this first ladder. Now let's take a look at the next one that they announced here, the next new rune word. And the next new rune word here probably isn't quite surprising since it was mentioned in the introduction there for the other one, and that is Plague. It goes in any 3-socketed weapon, and it takes advantage of, like they said, they wanted to find uses for the Cham rune. That's what they said in that developer stream with Mr. Llama, and this is one right here. Cham, Fal, and any 3-socketed weapon. This also says level requirement 1, so possibly this website just doesn't necessarily have the accurate information, or because it was never actually put into the game, maybe they didn't quite finish it, so they just left the level requirement at 1. I'm not 100% sure, but this has this 25% chance of Poison Nova on striking, so that's quite a high percentage. They might adjust that around. It's a level 15 Poison Nova, but yeah, every 4th hit, a Poison Nova goes off. So you'll essentially have things poisoned all the time if you're, say, attacking, with the claw, or I think that would proc with a Kixin as well if this was equipped. Or actually, this goes on any character, so you could be Frenzy Barbin, you could be Zealand, and having, it going off all over the place. A 20% chance of lower res when struck too, and I mean 1 out of 5 when struck. If you're getting hit all the time with a Frenzy Barb or a Zeal or Paladin and stuff like that, that's going to be casting lower res all over the place. It also has this 13 to 17 cleansing aura, so that's pretty cool. 1 to 2 to all skills. Up to 380% damage to demons. It's got that minus to poison res, which obviously would play off of the Poison Nova when struck, but it's almost looking, 2 to all skills with minus 23 to enemy poison res. I don't know. D-Web's probably still better with a higher minus to enemy poison res, but that's pretty interesting right there. It also has a bunch of deadly strike, which is pretty crazy too. It's got open wound chance, 25%. It's got freeze target on it. Kind of a lot of stuff there. And like I said, they have room. They might want to adjust some of the stuff around. If I had to guess, maybe they do something with that damage to demons, and maybe just make it regular damage or something. This is pure speculation on my part there, but there's a lot of interesting stuff on this. It uses a Cham, which is an incredibly rare rune. Fal is like a lower mid rune, and is a pretty standard middle of the road mid rune. So it's got some high value in runes that it will end up being, because I feel like And I'm saying this not necessarily off of what the Cham rune is worth now, but off of what I think it's going to be worth. The Cham and the Zod, I think they're going to plug these into some mega crazy rune words in the future for this first ladder. So I think the Cham is going to be super expensive. So I'm not sure with what's on this right now. They would have to make this a lot better. If they do make the Cham and the Zod end up being really useful, have a lot of utility, and they would go up a ton in value. This wouldn't quite be there for me personally, but these are the new rune words that are being added to Diablo 2 Resurrected that have been announced for the first ladder. There are going to be more. I don't know how many more. I don't know if there's going to be 10 more. I don't know if there's going to be 60 more. But these are the first couple that they did just sneak in there in the developer stream with Mr. Llama. So, hey, I appreciate you watching my video. If you like it, hit the like button, subscribe up. Peace out, and keep slaying.